Hi, my name is Amina. I'm a ceramicist based in the beautiful Soča Valley in Slovenia, and I'm currently preparing for a market. So this video is going to be about the last preparations right before the market and the market itself. I already have quite a lot that is ready for this market, but I have another market weekend right after the first one. So I'm just trying to make sure that I have enough inventory to present a full table at both markets. This is a mistake, or this is a problem that I had last year because I didn't expect to sell so much at the first market, and by the second market a lot of my best sellers or items that people liked the most were sold out and I couldn't present them anymore. So I'm trying to prevent that this year. And also I'm working on a custom order that needs to be finished by the day of the second market, so I won't have any time to create extra inventory. Right now I am glazing my Socha mugs. This design is inspired by the beautiful Socha river that flows through this valley. This glaze will turn a beautiful emerald green right after firing it in the kiln. Because I used brush-on glazes, every layer needs to dry before applying the next one. I usually place my pieces outside to speed up the drying process. So the market I'm preparing for takes place during a festival called Jestival. Jestival is a festival that celebrates local food and art. And at the center of this festival is always the kobariški štrukelji, which is a dumpling with a sweet filling. The filling contains walnuts, rum, and raisins. And for this year, I decided to recreate this dumpling in the form of a magnet. So I made a yellowish glaze specifically for this dumpling, hoping that it would resemble the dumpling color perfectly, but sadly it did not. This is how it turned out. The glaze turned out much darker than I thought it would be, and I just don't think this glaze color is beautiful. So I will not be using this glaze for anything at all. And then I decided to use a clear glaze, hoping that the natural color of the clay would resemble the dumpling color a little bit better, which it did actually. But I'm still not satisfied with this result because it's very shiny and I just don't think it looks beautiful, or not what I envisioned at least. And so lastly, I decided to try out a creamy matte white glaze, which I think turned out beautifully, and this will be the color that I will be using for the rest of the dumplings as well. It's the day before Jestival. Unfortunately, I woke up this morning with a fever. I've been trying to sleep it off, but it's now afternoon, so I really need to start packing. I'm taking all of this, and then there's also still some stuff ready in the kiln that I need to unload. kiln is at 46 degrees Celsius, which means that it's cold enough to open up and take the pieces out. At the top layer I have some kobaryšky štrukli magnets that I made for the festival and a cake stand. Then another cake stand and some more magnets, and on the bottom layer are some mugs, a planter that I made for myself, and part of a sake set. Good morning! It's the day of the market. I am so glad that I packed everything yesterday and loaded the van yesterday. So all I had to do this morning was get up and get ready. It's currently 9:15 a.m. I initially planned to get there at 9 a.m. because I wanted to secure a parking spot close to the market after unloading. But it's fine, I will probably get there at 9:45 now. We are allowed to park at the near our stalls between 9 and 10:30, and the market starts at 11, so I will have plenty of time. I always start by putting all of my pieces on the table. This is the first time I made this many pieces, and I was starting to feel worried if I would be able to put them all on the table in a nice and organized way. While I was trying to create some order in the chaos on my table, a bunch of cyclists gathered right in front of my stall, ready to start a cycling race. And this is the final result. Maybe, but you can also pay by card if you would like.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I prefer.
Some friends came by to visit and brought me the cutest hot water bottle ever to stay warm. Another hack to stay warm during the market is this piece of insulation material to stand on. Ja, deze, die twee, en de cakestand, maar ik heb geen plaats om te zetten momenteel. En de vazen en dan dit ook. Wil je mijn kaart betalen of cash? Voor mij is het wel. Dus we dat beste voor jullie is. Met jou kijken is makkelijk.
Yeah. Really.
During markets, there are always some quiet moments where you're just staring around and not talking to anyone, which can feel awkward at times. Ja, dus die waren niet zo goed gelukt en dan heb ik daar nog een beetje bij gedaan. Nee. Ja, het is niet nieuw, maar ik heb er al wel eentje verkocht van die, maar die was veel groter. Ja, eerst was hij niet fatsoenlijk doorgelopen, dus ik heb er terug glazuur op gedaan en dan opnieuw gebrand en nu is het echt perfect. Ja, juist op tijd staat alleen. Some other stalls were selling some locally produced cheese, some locally produced honey, and of course the famous strikkelje. These people were selling some fried polenta with mushrooms too. Some very beautiful handmade jewelry. And some locally produced wine. Hi everyone, it's now a few days after Jestival and I am so happy with how this market went. We were so lucky with the weather because there was some rain predicted a few days before, but in the end it shifted to Sunday and the market was on Saturday, so we stayed dry during the whole day. It was pretty cold though. It was 5 degrees Celsius when I arrived in the morning, but I was prepared for this. I learned from last year during Christmas markets when I was freezing that I have to bring a lot of warm clothes, some gloves. I learned from other vendors during those Christmas markets to bring a piece of insulation material to stand on, which helps amazingly well. And a friend even came by to bring me a hot water bottle, which was very sweet and very effective, so thank you for that. One of my favorite moments during the market was seeing people hold my ceramics, touch my ceramics, admire my work, compliment my colors, because I spend a lot of time choosing colors, so it's really nice when all that work and time is appreciated. I also really enjoyed talking to other makers. It's so interesting to see what they make and what their experiences are in general and during festivals, markets. They often understand all of the joys and all of the frustration that sometimes comes with having your own business. So yeah, it's really fun to connect with those people as well. I also really enjoyed talking to customers, just curious people. It was really nice to have some chats with friends who came by to visit. And so I want to thank everyone who came by, everyone who came to say hi, everyone who purchased something, everyone who complimented my work. Thank you so much. It's thanks to you that I can keep doing this. I am also so glad that I made some extra pieces right before the market because they ended up being my best sellers, like this Socha cup and this mug with a handle. These are the pieces that I was glazing at the beginning of my video. Another one of the highlights of the festival for me was when the organizers posted a picture of my magnets that I made on their social media pages. I made some struculi magnets specifically for the festival and people absolutely loved it. And then I also had some magnets that I made during the summer of Soča Valley, which I will show you a picture of here. And people absolutely loved these magnets. A lot of them bought them as a souvenir, so it's just really nice to see my work highlighted like that. I am also very happy that I still have enough pieces to present a full market next weekend at Frikafest. This was my goal, to have enough pieces to be able to present a full table at both markets. And I am really looking forward to that market as well. I hope it will be as good as this market. To give you an idea of how good it went, last year on Jestival I sold 15 pieces, and this year I sold 21 pieces. So I am very happy with that number. I know it's still quite small, but for someone who just started out like me, it's quite a big deal. And so far, it's one of my best markets. And if you saw anything that you liked on my market table or just in this video, I will be updating my webshop after the second market. So everything that is left after Frikafest will be available to purchase online. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please click the like and subscribe button. And if you would like to be notified whenever I post another video, you can click the alarm bell. I'm wishing you all a very lovely day. See you next time.